Yo, but that just reminds me of how, and it reminds me of another thing. The other day I was reading, and I think I sent it in the chat room about the lynching, how they made it a federal crime now,
Oh yeah,
a hate crime.
Yeah.
And so they had put it on a website on I guess Shade Room or one of these websites, and they were like, after 65 years, they finally made this a hate crime, making it federal, right? So then there were four votes that were against making it a federal hate crime.
Right.
And then everybody was like, yeah, you see, they're racist. We got to get them out. And then even me, I was like, because I don't know much about the law or politics when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I was just reading up on it. And I feel like people just read the headline and then they don't read into the actual what's going on or why they did what they did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you read up on it?
Yeah, basically. So
hold on. But what's the reason for, like, what's the point of making it a federal crime versus it already be like murder is already a crime? So what's the point of making it a federal crime?
Why bring it to the table now?
Yeah.
Well,
who's getting lynched right now? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a real issue. That's a real problem right there. Uh-huh. But that's kind of why the 4 votes didn't want to go federal. Right. You know what I'm saying? They were actually on the side of saying, let the state deal with it. Because when you go federal, you're not going to get capital punishment if somebody lynches someone, basically.
Right. Okay.
If you lynch somebody and you go federal, you're not getting capital punishment because you're not allowing the state to deal with it.
So it's only the state that uses capital punishment
that can decide that. I guess that's how it works.
The Fed doesn't execute anybody.
Right. So you go to state, you could go to, how there's state prison and then you got your federal prison, right?
Yeah.
But feds they're not gonna put you through capital punishment. From what I read, I could be wrong.
Yeah, right.
From what I read, if anybody else come at me, you know what I mean? At me if I'm wrong. But so what they're saying is, if somebody does this crime, let the state deal with it, because then the state is going to take a harsher punishment. If you put it federal, it's like kind of a generic thing, right? Like, all right, so if you lynch somebody, you're going to get this amount of time. You know what I'm saying? If you let the state deal with it, you can get up to capital punishment, longer time, whatever it may be. So everybody's here going against these 4 individuals that voted no, not knowing what they talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not knowing what they really trying to state, making them look like, oh, they're racist, they're this. And that's what happens when you don't read, man. Read the article, read into it. And matter of fact, when you first read the headline, read
past the headline.
Read past the headline, see what's going on. I'm the same way too. Don't get me wrong. I get a try. I'll be like, oh, and I start sending the link to everybody, and then somebody got to shut me down. Like, yeah, well, that actually, upon further research, we found out this, and that, and then I'll be feeling dumb and retarded. Man, I was sending this link and agreeing with the post, and
he was ready to add somebody, huh?
Yeah, it's nothing what the headline says. So,
no, I feel you.
Yeah, I saw that, and I did see some people were upset about those 4, and I was just like, I just didn't understand. Like, what's the point of making it a federal crime now? Like, y'all should have made that a federal crime like 50 years ago when people were really being lynched. I mean,
right. Like, I mean, it's always been illegal. That's another thing people don't know. It's illegal.
It's always been illegal, right.
It's just now it's illegal on the federal. It's not even just as federal. It's a hate crime. It's considered a hate crime now.
Like murder ain't something hateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand the reason for like all these additional laws. If like if you kill somebody, you can already go to prison forever. And at least in my state, you can qualify for the death penalty. Right now, I think we got like 700 people on death row.
Oh wow.
And nobody has been executed in, I want to say, like between 10 and 15 years.
Wow.
Like in my state, we're a state where we execute people. So like now taking that away, like for a family, like if you lynch, one of my relatives, one of my friends or something, like, yeah, I'm gonna want you to, to pay the consequences, even if it includes death. And so now, if you get tried with this federal hate crime, like that's not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's wild, man. I definitely would like to learn more about this. But it did pass, right?
Yeah, it passed. The majority voted for federal.
Nice. Okay.
So
I guess that's a W.
yeah, I don't know if it's a W or a loss or what it is, because it's like to me, I don't know. It's just kind of irrelevant, honestly. I mean, it's illegal.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, bro? Like, let's make it a federal crime for cops to shoot people. How about that? You know, like,
right?
like that's really happening. You know, like,
yeah.
I just don't know too many people who are being. I don't remember the last person who was hung.
Yeah, they should have did this when what was it? Emmett Till was getting
Right. Well, I think that's why they did it, because I think oh man, what's her name? Kamala Harris was talking about this in the debates, if I'm not mistaken. And I remembered the story, but I didn't know that it was coming up for a vote. That's interesting though.
There's people getting accused of a hate crime in Puerto Rico right now.
That's right.
They murdered a transgender person. So social media again, right?
Right.
Everybody playing detective, everybody putting people's business out. Supposedly this transgender person was going to a female bathroom, and they're originally born a male. But they dress like a female or whatever. They go inside the bathroom and they tend to carry a mirror with them. I don't know. I don't know what's the reason for that. That's kind of strange to me. But according to their friends, the person that knew this individual, was because they kind of wanted to watch their back to make sure nobody was following them into the bathrooms. So when they brought out the mirror, I guess someone in the bathroom saw that and were saying, "Oh, look, that's a perv," trying to watch people while they have the mirror. The cops come over, they take pictures of the cop with the individual. Pictures go viral. They go on social media, basically saying, "Oh, this is a perv. You got to watch your kids, watch your people around." They're using the mirror to basically, do perverted things, right? Basically peeping Tom kind of thing. So when that happens, obviously in Puerto Rico, it's not really hard to really find people. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna know people in the neighborhood. They found this person, and on social media they have the video of them getting executed.
Wow.
And that video is going around as well. The people recording, they don't know if it was actually them doing it or if they just had seen what was transpiring.
Right.
And, them getting bodied. But yeah, this was crazy, man. And this is social media being detectives again, and making a verdict, right? Not allowing the proper procedures, right? Because according to the reports, the cops say they did nothing wrong. They weren't in the wrong. They understand why they had the mirror or whatever. Or I don't even think they had a mirror or something like that. I don't know what's the full details, but this is what happened, man, and it's crazy.
So it was because of that incident in the McDonald's restroom, not because this person was transgender.
Well, they're labeling it a hate crime. Yeah. They're saying because they're transgender, but it seems like people were making a lot of comments about this individual and basically saying, they're perv. So that's what sparked it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, I'm asking because like it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Like if you're in the bathroom when my kid is in the bathroom, right? And I think you're up to something funny. You know what I mean? Like,
no, yeah, that brings up a point. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be hot regardless if you're a man or a woman. You know what I mean? If you're transgender or not, like I'm gonna be hot. And that's why I was asking. Like, was
well, I think it's more because of the Alexa. Yeah, I think it's more because not because they're transgender, but because of the mirror.
What they believed was going on.
What they believed,
yeah. Yeah, man, that's foul. You know, it's sad to hear. You know, but yeah, I was just trying to understand like why. Because if it's because they thought that Alexa was like doing something creepy in the bathroom, you know what I mean? That's not acceptable. But also like that's the reason why, not necessarily because Alexa's transgender, and so
Right.
I'm
No,
kind of
yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's like
because
all right,
how the
now
media is that the media will try to turn it into like, oh, this is a hate crime,
a hate crime, right?
because
No, it was basically because
whatever.
of the creepiness or the supposed
Right.
pervertedness that was behind it, or the peeping Tom. But but that also brings up the issue, like, okay, you have a male going into a female's restroom.
Well, yeah, we talked about the bathrooms before,
which makes
we had this conversation,
which is making it more uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it was, if it was a guy going in a guy's bathroom, even though they're transgender, it would be like,
Did you guys see that video where a guy is in the bathroom, he's like on the toilet, and he starts recording, and because his little kid is like crawling underneath the bathroom stall? Did y'all ever see that video?
Nah,
I think so. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, there's like this little kid, like, hey, what are you doing? Like the dude's sitting on the toilet, like just minding his business, and this kid is like creeping underneath the stall, and he starts talking to the dude, and he's like, yo, like, where's your parents? Go with your parents, and he's recording them. And so a lot of people were like, yo, this guy's a creep because he's filming the kid. And I'm thinking like, nah, you better record because you have evidence that you didn't do nothing. Yeah, you didn't do nothing. And this kid, like, and the kid went underneath and like was inside the stall. And the dude's like, yo, like, get out of here. And then he crawled under and left. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like,
yeah, I think I saw that.
Like that's like those type of situations is man, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. So like this here with Alexa, man, like it's sad. It's sad because like
It's sad they took it that far.
Right. And like the whole mirror thing is just something for your own protection, so you can see if somebody's following you, because people are crazy, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that turns out to be like what's used against you. You know what I mean? In your death. It's sad, man.
They call him a man in a skirt, right? Like Bad Bunny had a shirt.
The media was saying that, right? Like crazy man in a skirt was murdered, and then so that's why Bad Bunny was wearing a shirt, right? He's wearing a shirt like
it said they killed Alexa
and a skirt. Yeah,
they killed Alexa, not a man in a skirt. So basically saying like, it was, I guess, I mean, if you know Bad Bunny, I'm sure he's very supportive of LGBT community, very vocal.
What that mean?
Huh?
What that mean?
What do you mean? That he's supportive. He supports them.
He supports them?
What's weird? What's weird though is that he's rocking a shirt that says, no hombre con falda, but then he's an hombre con falda.
Right.
Yeah, I love Bad Bunny's music, man, but he's sus, man.
Right.
That's what I was waiting for you to say. Like, what that means?
He's sus. And my wife brought it out. My wife catches this stuff. I don't. My wife's like, yeah, why does he look like that? And I'm like, what? Well, he looks,
looks sus.
I'm like, what?
Right.
I'm like, nah, not Bad Bunny. This is Bad Bunny. This is Bad Bunny, baby. You know what I'm saying? Deep voice music. You know what I mean? Deep voice, trap beats, hard beat. I mean, he doesn't look like a tough guy at all, but like that's Bad Bunny. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that's when my wife brought it out to my attention. Then he dropped that video where he turns into like a girl, a female, is it?
I ain't seen that.
I ain't see that video.
Yeah, and like he has his nails painted.
Well, he always has his nails painted. Yeah. That dude Maluma does that too.
He wears his stuff like, I don't know. He's just he sucks. And I think that this kind of like reaffirmed it. You know what I mean? So either he's just, that's why I say, I mean, he hasn't come out, right? So I can't really say, oh, well, he is, but
So
it seems like he's very supportive of the LGBT community.
so that means you're not gonna listen to his new album?
I haven't listened to it, but I would like to. But
Oh, that joint just dropped, right? I saw he was on Kimmel.
Yeah. That's
he
what
was
he
on
was
Kimmel.
dressed up at, right?
Nah, he wasn't wearing. Is that where he performed?
I
That's
think
where he had the
performed.
skirt at.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, because he wasn't wearing that. I saw where he was sitting. He was sitting at
he was
Oh yeah,
talking?
because he did
was
an
talking to
interview.
him. Yeah, and then he showed the album cover
Wait, he wore a skirt?
Yeah.
and the performance. Yeah, he was wearing a
Well,
t-shirt.
he had that shirt on. He had the skirt too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't see the performance. I just saw him talking to Kimmel. Yeah, and they like debuted the artwork, and he's like, album drops on Saturday or whatever.
He speaks English?
Not really.
He speaks that broken English.
He speaks that like fresh off the boat English.
Okay.
I think what's it called it? Daddy Yankee and Nicky Jams, they speak English way better than this dude.
Oh, nah, yeah. So Nicky Jam was in Bad Boys.
Oh, he was?
I didn't see that.
I gotta see that. How was that?
Is that Christian? That's not Christian.
Got him.
Nope.
Is Bad Boys Christian?
I mean, Martin talks about God a lot. Nah.
Right.
But yeah, Nicky Jam was in there. He yeah. I mean, he got that little accent, but he speaks English fine, yeah.
He's on his acting career now, Nicky Jam.
Well, him and Will Smith, cool. So I figured he used that to finagle his way into the movie.
Right. Why not? Bigger bags.
But yeah, I mean, he had a decent scene in there too. Like he was in there for a minute.
Yo, do all these celebs live in Cali?
I mean, I don't know.
Is that the thing?
There's a lot of celebs here.
Yeah, there's a lot of celebs in Atlanta.
Yeah,
And New York. Too.
Yeah.
But Cali's like Hollywood. Like you want to be Hollywood, you got to be in Cali, right?
Yeah, all the studios are here. So this is probably where all the deals are made. But Atlanta's bubbling, man. A lot of studios are moving out there.
Well, Tyler Perry got that huge studio, so they're doing a lot of stuff here. Well, Marvel does all their stuff here now.
Oh, word?
Yeah, like all the Avengers were shot here. All of them, because the Tony Stark's their headquarters they use is the Porsche experience. So that's what they use for the Avengers headquarters, and then like Black Panther, all of them was shot at Tyler Perry Studios. So I know they do all of that stuff here.
Jimmy, you ever been to Disney World over there? Disneyland, Disney World?
Yeah, I haven't been there in years because my kids are big now. But when we were younger, we used to go all the time.
Universal Studios too?
Yep.
Yo, they joints is official. They rides over there.
Yeah, I heard. Well, my cousin just came out. He used to live in he lives in Washington, but he used to live in Orlando. And he said that Disney World and what they got over there? They got Universal too, right? But
yeah, they got everything. They got Islands of Adventure as well.
He said it's way better over there.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm guessing because it's probably
bigger.
Universal World. Universal Studios ain't that big, man.
Oh, it's not.
Nah, it's not that big. They maybe got like 3 cool rides.
Oh,
that joint
yeah, Islands. Yeah, Orlando and Islands of Adventure is like
we'd be there all day.
But
you need 2 days.
You got Great Adventure.
Who, us? Yeah, we only got Great Adventures.
We go on to Hershey Park, Sesame
Park, Sesame Street. What's the other one? Dorney Park.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Busch Gardens,
Seaside Heights. We're going to what's the Coney Island?
Coney Island. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yo, I got on the Cyclone like maybe like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. First time ever.
I joint get some termites. It's a wrap.
Ooh.
It's like the oldest roller coaster.
You find out when it's too late.
Right.
That's the oldest American roller coaster.
Word?
I believe so.
That's crazy. I ain't been there forever. Yeah, we used to go there for Easter.
They still pull the handle to stop the joint.
Nah, I'm good. Shit.
They got that ex-felon pulling the handle.
Right, that joint might snap right off. Nah.
I went to Universal. Did I go to Universal? I don't know if I think I went to Busch Gardens. No, I went to Disney. I don't know. I went to Cali, the one in
He
Cali
said I
though.
went somewhere.
They have I like the fact that they have more like the studios, like they give you an experience.
Yeah, that must have been Universal Studios then.
Yeah. Like you go through the whole
Yeah, you got like a tram. You ride the
yeah,
tram.
where the movies was at.
Yep. So you saw
Terminator and
Jaws
all
and
that.
Psycho. Yep.
Yeah,
All
that
that.
joint
Yeah,
was
the earthquake.
fire.
They got an earthquake.
Yeah.
Those are dope. I like those.
Yeah. I went a couple years. Well, I didn't go a couple years ago.
To take you through Mexico.
To Mexico.
Yeah, they got this this little town that it looks like Mexico. Is this too frozen? Nah. They got a little town. They got this town that it looks like Mexico, and I've seen it in a couple of shows and movies. It's the same scene. Next time I see some, I'll shoot it your way. But yeah, they take you to this little town, and then that town starts to get flooded.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I don't even know if they still have that ride anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been years. They made a lot of changes.
Yeah.
They got your man Harry Potter now.
The Harry Potter joint. That's dope. The whole town and everything.
Yeah, I haven't been there since they opened that up. So it's been years for me.
They got that fire breathing dragon.
Y'all got a Harry Potter joint out there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that joint is fire. That fire breathing dragon.
The dragon, right? Just be blowing the fire out. Yeah, it's crazy. The only thing I can't stand those lines, man, in the heat.
Yeah.
We used
to go during the week with the kids.
It's too much. And
I'd rather go during the week. You get less people, less foreigners. You're not gonna catch Ebola or nothing like that.
Oh yeah, you gotta tell the kids play hooky. You're taking a day off from school on a school day, and we going
right.
Because if you go in the middle of summer,
oh my goodness, yo, that's the worst, dude. 8-9 hours of walking and standing in the heat.
You got to get the express pass.
we used to go to Magic Mountain out here because my kids had they had passes, and I live like maybe with no traffic, maybe 15 minutes away.
Oh, word?
Yeah, so like we'd wait till it's like late in the evening, when the sun is down, ride up there for a couple hours, you know what I mean, and come back home and beat the traffic. Because most people start leaving when it gets cold, when the sun starts setting.
Mm-hmm. I've been there once on Magic Mountain.
It used to be the spot when I was a kid. Now I can't stand it, man. It's like, so many people here, man. I just want to go home. Like,
I went
too old for that.
Let me tell you, when I went, right? I went and it was when OJ was in the white Bronco.
Wow.
And I was stuck in traffic.
What was that, 94?
This dude took it way back.
No, that had to been 90. No.
He had the infamous album on cassette.
Nah, that wasn't even. That was 92, I believe. 92, 94. Excuse me.
94,
93,
right?
93, 94. Yeah, around there. Yeah, we were stuck on the highway because OJ decided to flee on a Bronco after we left.
Oh, it was out there?
Yeah, I was out there stuck in traffic.
Wow. And you was a youngin'.
Yeah. Sitting in the car for hours.
You think OJ's guilty?
He guilty of keeping me in traffic.
Nice.
Yeah, I have some coworkers. They like OJ isn't guilty.
I don't know, man.
I mean, that's what the court found out too, right?
Well, the court found that because of police corruption. You know what I mean? Like they had to like I think the jury had to choose that way, right? Vote that way or whatever, because there was so much police corruption. They were planting evidence and whatnot. They ruined the case, I
don't know. He ruined my day. That's for sure.
I think someone was saying that the guy that got murdered, right, in that case, supposedly he was into drugs or something like that, and then some similar cases in the area happened where people were getting murdered in that kind of way.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. I think I saw it on a documentary.
Yeah.
Netflix. There was a lot of different theories. Like they were saying that he was moving drugs. They said that he was hooking up with Nicole. Like there's a lot of different theories.
Oh yeah. Well, he was.
Oh, the guy was, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So.
But we gonna say that for the OJ special. We gonna have a. We should have.
We're like so opposite, right?
Yeah, we should have did that on Valentine's.
Well, be like,
what?
Yeah, Central Park 5, they're innocent. We're like, nah, they're probably guilty. OJ Simpson's guilty. Nah, he's probably innocent. We're like so backwards. But nah, I don't know. You know, I mean,
people gonna be tight.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just bringing it up because I've never heard that. I've never heard anyone stand up and say, yeah, he's innocent. I've always was under he's guilty, even though he was innocent, right, by the law. But then some coworkers were like, yeah, did you ever hear about this, and that? I'm like, no, I did not. And you know, I like those things because I get to hear both sides of the story. You know what I mean?
Right.
Media only gonna feed you one thing, you know?
Right. Like the coronavirus.
Right. Corona.
Like your man got the hand sanitizer after the pod.
Right. I feel dirty already.
Just in case switch.
I'm wearing my gloves.
Switch caught something on the train.
Right.
I'm wearing my surgical gloves and I ain't got an N95 mask, but I'm wearing my mask, man.
Gloves.
You just ski mask and hoodie, huh?
All right.
I'll go like this with the gloves. My wife taught me how to properly wash my hands. You know, you got to wash your thumbs, wash each finger. Then you got to go like this with your nails and go like this. There's a whole process, man.
Yeah.
20, 30 seconds, all right? 20, 30 seconds.
And it only took you 30 years to get that right.
Is it just to wet his hands? Talk about they clean.
Right.
Yo, listen, man.
Just water.
I'm bad, man. I'm the type of dude rubs my hand on my face. You know, my nose itches. I'm rubbing my hand all over my face. So
that's how you get corona, man.
Yeah, I know.
Corona. What? Yeah. Real quick for
Land is playing.
Yeah, I wanted to shout out, dude. You know that left us the voicemail on Anchor.
Oh, that's right.
You know, that put us on to what
you,
what goes on. Yeah, during Super Bowl and during the sex trafficking, he just put us on to some, you know.
What did he say
stuff.
for those listening?
He was saying that they, you know, the I guess the hotel industry.
He was fact checking me, right?
Yeah, well, I believe he was, right? Because he said,
he added you. He added me.
He added me because Jay was like, I don't believe that. I'll be like, and I was like, you'd be surprised. And so your man left a message, right?
Yeah, he left the message and said that they do. The hotels have meetings during big events, and they know that these kids are being used for sex trafficking, and they have, you know, they make them aware of what to look for. You know, some of these kids have, they're marked, they have tattoos over their eyebrows or maybe under. And so they specifically look out for those signs to see if that's going down in their hotels. So man, we appreciate you calling in and
we appreciate those calls. And I think he was catering because you and Jay were debating about males, right?
Yeah,
it was like, only females get caught, and then what was?
No, I said that the boys were at a higher rate, and so he didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Well, he questioned it because it's not something that you hear often, so understandably so. He gave me a little pushback, but
yeah.
And then homeboy left the voicemail.
I'm glad that he. Yeah, I'm glad that he did, man. Because that's dope that people are listening and they're fact checking us. Because like I said before, man, like when I say at me, like I want to be corrected. I want to be right. I don't want to just be out here spreading fake news. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I thought that was cool, man. Appreciate that. So shout them out for that, and everybody else, man. Everybody that took the time to leave a review. Appreciate it. Thanks. Keep reviewing, keep sending out the links to everybody. Pass it on to your friends, and appreciate the listeners.
Amen. All right, y'all.
And don't forget to subscribe,
like, comment.
What is it? This is why we need this dude, man. Where he's at,
Jay, right? He just met like the one job. The one job he had.
You only had one job.
He got 2 jobs. Man, forget the weekend.
Right. He was gone for
this dude travels like I take Ubers, man. I don't even know. Man.
That dude. But yeah, subscribe, like, pass it on, and appreciate it.
Peace.